I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains, and some of the scariest things that happened to me were at my grandmother's house. I call her my Nana. My Nana got sick right after I graduated high school, so I moved in with her to take care of her. She lived on a mountain in a 2-story house. This one night in particular, and listen, I was always afraid of this house since I was a kid because the basement was really dark, and I just got this eerie feeling. And there was a storage room in the basement that was like pitch black and had these giant crickets in it, and it was part of the house. It wasn't like the crawl space. It was a storage room that was like a cellar in this house, and it was scary. So this one night in particular, I'm in the living room. It's late at night. She's asleep. It's like 11 o'clock or something, and the power goes out. Of course, the power goes out. It went out all the time on this mountain. So in the living room is on the second floor of the house. Down at the bottom, there's a pool, and there's a fence around the pool, but the fence has a gate that doesn't lock, and it backs up to woods, a lot of really thick woods, and there's nobody else back there. So this one night, it sounded like, you know, those really long, creepy fingernails they have in horror movies with the creatures? That's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded like something with long nails like that just took them along the sliding glass door and went, and I'm getting chills thinking about this because it was so scary, and I think about it all the time.
Chills.
I was frozen in place, and literally I had candles lighting everything up. I'll post a picture in the comments of how the living room looked this night, because it was that night that I took the picture of the candles lighting the house that the sliding glass door got scratched. And what makes this even crazier is the next day, I didn't open them curtains. And look, you know, in the Appalachian Mountains, you do not open the curtains at night. Sliding glass doors had curtains over them. I didn't open them until the next day. I looked in them the next day, and the sliding glass door had shattered. The outside panel had shattered into a million pieces. It was tempered, so it was still there, but I think I have a picture of where the panel shattered too. So I don't know what it was. I never heard this scratching sound again, but it was on the second floor, so whatever it was would have had to come up the stairs and go to this sliding glass door and do this. So what do y'all think it was?
Tell me a scary Appalachian Mountain story. I'll go first. This one was sent to me by a follower who moved to the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is located in the Appalachian Mountains, when they were 12 years old. The house was around 60 years old, and her parents had done some renovations to it. They had turned the daylight basement into a master suite, so she got the original master bedroom upstairs. From the moment she moved in, she started seeing figures moving out of the corner of her eye, but whenever she'd look, nothing was ever there. She started having really weird dreams. Her closet door would open and close without any explanation in her bedroom, even though they had like that super thick shag carpet. So the doors were really hard to open and close, like you actually had to like use force. Like there was no chance that these doors were opening or closing due to a draft. So one day after she had been living there for around a year, she was out exploring the woods behind the house. It was a very rural area, and I already know y'all are gonna give me hell for the way that I say rural in the comments, but I'm from Appalachia. What do you expect? So she knew there were no neighbors around, but as she was exploring in the woods, she came across this old abandoned cabin. She immediately got really bad anxiety about this and left. Well, that night she had vivid dreams that she was walking alone in the woods again, and she came across that same cabin. But in her dream, there was a light on in the cabin window, so she went inside. The second she walked through the door in her dream, the door behind her disappeared, leaving her trapped inside, so she was trying to escape. As she's trying to find an exit, she comes across a room that is just on fire. And in this room, there's an old lady surrounded by decaying bodies. This old lady pointed at her and accused her of starting the fire. This lady told her if she caught her, she was going to unalive her. The rest of the dream, she was just running around trying to find a way out until she finally found a window to climb out of. The second she escaped, she woke up, but when she woke up, she couldn't move her body at all. But she could hear footsteps around her bed, and someone sat next to her feet on her mattress. Not to get off topic, but I've had that happen to me so many times. Please tell me I'm not alone. There's been so many nights in my life where I've felt somebody sit down at the foot of my bed when I know good and well that nobody's there. There's been other times that I've felt something crawling up my bed. I don't know. Anyway, she just kept trying to move, and she was finally able to roll over and turn the light on. But next to her bed was this dark figure. She said it looked like she was staring directly into a black hole. It swallowed all the other darkness in the room. She could see that it had red, bloodshot eyes, and it was just smiling at her. Ugh, that's so creepy. She started screaming like I think any of us would, and she woke everybody up in the house. She never saw that old lady from her dreams again or that black figure, but she said the paranormal activity in the house ramped up after that and lasted for years. She'd feel hands grabbing her feet from under the furniture on a regular basis. Things would go missing and then reappear again in weird places. Door handles would jiggle at night. She said she had a few sleepovers, but all of her friends would refuse to come back over after a while because they all experienced things too. The day she moved out was the day that it finally stopped. This story's so creepy, especially telling it outside at almost dark in the Appalachian Mountains. Let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments. Yes, I do read the comments. I've had so much fun reading all y'all's stories, so please keep them coming.